Hello and welcome to a special edition of Spartan Spotlight, where we have the Trinity Western women's soccer team seniors with us today, the 5 women that are graduating this year. And from my right to my left is Kaleigh Henry, Anna Pruim, Becca Ferguson, Heather Stevenson, and Veronika Rogina. Thank you guys very much for coming today.
Thanks for having us.
Let's just start off with your overall experience here. You guys have been here for 5 years. What's it kind of been like? Maybe I'll start with Kaleigh. What's it been like for you just being at Trinity?
It's been wonderful. It's been life-changing for sure. Coming in, I'd say the team itself, the dynamic has changed immensely from the first year. I'd say we've become this knit group of people who really look to be selfless and humble, which was definitely not the case, not to knock in my first year, but there's definitely more of an emphasis on team culture and community, which is really cool. Yeah.
What about you, Anna? What's it been like?
It's honestly been the best experience of my life. I transferred here from Kwantlen, and I can see a huge difference, just not only between soccer but school also. Here, it's actually been a life-changing experience from in the classroom to on the field.
Becca, what's it been like for you?
To try to put an experience into words is pretty difficult. We've lived a lot of really great moments, so it's been fantastic, it's been amazing, it's been difficult, but really rewarding. I think I would just say we're really fulfilling and really rewarding.
Yeah, and I would just echo what they said as well. And it's been really cool for me, like Kaleigh said, just to see where our program has come from and just what we've turned into now. And these girls are honestly all of my best friends, and we've had so many good memories that it's hard to just bring it into one exact thing, you know. But it's been such a great experience, better than I ever thought it could have been.
Yeah. Can you guys maybe pinpoint 1 or 2 memories that maybe you guys can collaborate on? What really sticks out as something that was special? I mean, obviously you guys have won a few national championships, but maybe something specific that you guys will remember forever, maybe.
Paraguay?
Yeah,
for sure.
Paraguay's huge.
Yeah.
What was the thing that maybe stuck out about Paraguay?
I think a lot of people were broken down to their most basic core, and it was so cool. I got to see people on a whole nother plane. We wouldn't have eaten for 7 hours, and we're out in this really hot, muddy pit of a soccer field, and we're playing with 4-year-olds who haven't eaten today either, and it was just really cool to be able to communicate with people outside of the language, just through sport, and to do that together. I think that was just the coolest experience ever, for sure.
Was there a moment for you guys in Paraguay that you guys will specifically remember, funny, or maybe something that was more meaningful?
I would say the Sunday morning we went to Abuelino's church. We went as a group. We didn't really know what to expect. We were told to kind of put our Sunday best on, or the best that we brought with us, which ended up being all completely dirty clothes anyways. And we went, and they did some translation for us. Graham spoke, and a young group of people got up and were their worship team. And it was a third of a drum set, a bass that was missing a string, and just this guy up there who was loving life and loving God and loving having people there to worship with him. And they started singing, and we started singing, and kids started dancing, and we started dancing, and it turned into a dance party at church.
Wow. And
it was fantastic. Really, I think we all go back to that moment and are just wow.
Something you guys haven't really experienced
elsewhere?
No.
You don't have a lot of dance parties in church here?
No.
Not really.
I feel it was honestly what it'll be like in heaven. Everyone's just celebrating and the most honest worship ever. It was so great.
Yeah. What about maybe a funny moment? I mean, I know you guys over the years have probably had oodles of hilarious moments, but is there 1 or 2 that you guys can recall and say, that was something that 20 years down the road I still might snicker about?
There's too many good ones.
Definitely after winning Canada West, though, we had the best dance party ever in here, and Graham even came into our circle and danced.
And he got
He actually
he dropped low and was just I don't know, getting
shoulder
all around the
movement?
trophy. Yeah.
All around the trophy, which was sitting in the middle of our change room.
It's
It's
It
a
was
side of
great,
the,
yeah.
it's a side of him we probably didn't want to see.
But pretty hilarious.
It was that was a good moment.
Yeah. What about actually winning those national championships? You know, the last 2 years, what has it been like for you guys?
Like, unbelievable. The first championship we won, I think will always have a really big part in our hearts. Like, the amount that we went through to get there, in wanting to prove our worth in the league by making our own way to nationals rather than being the host team that was there. And that Canada West final, when we actually lost to UVic in penalty shots, which was pretty ironic. After we lost, we all had like 5 seconds of sadness, and then we all ran together and started jumping around and probably celebrated harder than UVic celebrated their win. And as Kaleigh had just said, she's like, oh, people probably thought we were such simple-minded people. Like, what are they doing?
Like screaming and cheering
Yeah.
after we lost.
And it was really neat to be like, no, we've totally earned our way, and that is something that is very worthy of being celebrated. And then that, I think, just elevated us all, elevated the team, and was really encouraging. And we went into those finals with confidence that we would win it. I think when we lost in that semifinal, I was like, "That's right, that we're winning nationals. That's it, like we have to. This is just what's going to happen."
Is that something that's kind of been about your team? It seems like you guys are incredibly tight-knit. Like, you guys are all best friends. That's kind of how it's been, eh? Right from the get-go, or did it take a while for you guys to kind of become friends?
Depends on what you say get-go is.
Right from maybe the first year, did you guys kind of all come together, or did you guys come at different times then?
The three
Three of us came,
Yeah.
and then Kaleigh came.
Me and
at the
Henry
same
came
time.
at the same time.
Okay.
But from our get-go, I'd say yes.
Yes. Veronika picked me up from my parents as I was waving goodbye in tears, and she was like, "No, we'll be fine. We'll be fine." Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, as our whole team, I think that we're definitely closer now than when we first started. Like, I think our class was really close, and we were definitely close with like some of the girls, but it wasn't like a tight like unity that we have throughout the whole team in our first year. But now, like, I feel like that is very much how it is, and like even just like that coming together, like in the first year we in Canada West was like, we're not done just because we lost, and I think that whole feeling has like definitely translated and grown even like to what it is now too.
Yeah. What are you guys' thoughts? Do you anticipate Saturday night being your last regular season game? I mean, maybe you guys will be able to host something else and play another game here, but it is your last regular season game. What are your thoughts? Maybe you can start, Veronika.
Cry a lot. I think I might right now. Well, watch out UBC, because I don't know about you guys, but I think we're gonna come out guns a-blazing because of what's on the line and stuff for the game. So,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely like emotional and like weird to think that it could be our last game at home, just because of how many memories we've had, and like honestly, like there's so many things that come to mind. Like, it's just been such a great journey, and like to think that this could be our last game at home, it's, I don't know, it's definitely sad.
Yeah, I think it's like culminated in this, that we're playing UBC and it's our last home game, and it's the single header game. Like, it really couldn't be any more perfect at this point. I love that we're playing one of our hugest crosstown rivals, and it's a rivalry that it's built definitely since we've been here. We respect their program, but we also really want to beat them at the same time. So I think it's really like a culmination of the perfect storm will be Saturday night.